It's me, Lou here. And when I woke up in the morning, I had a feeling that I was gonna have an extremely good day. And I was right. I had one of those days where everything goes your way. And I knew that was bad. Because if JoJo Bizarre Adventure taught me anything, if you spend too much time on the good flow and good energy of life, a calamity will happen to you. And I could not have that. It's unacceptable. So I knew to prevent that inevitable fate from coming, I had to artificially ruin my day, which is what I did because I decided that I was going to watch Velma. Velma was something that I have been looking forward to. We all saw the trailer of it when it first got revealed, and I knew for a fact that this show was going to be bad. So I knew the best thing for the show is that it was going to be so bad that it was good. Kind of like watching a comically bad anime. I thought it was going to be something like that, but I was completely wrong because Velma isn't even bad. It is something even worse than bad. It is boring. One of the most greatest media oopsies that you could do is make a show that absolutely puts you to sleep. Watching this show is like entering a completely null state of existence because you don't feel anything because you're so bored. Like, the show was bad, but since you're so bored, you're too lazy enough to like take it off and do anything about it. So we kind of ended up just finishing the episode with just this complete empty feeling. So let me explain why. So first, I think one thing that's completely obvious, and if you have been on social media, especially on Twitter, you probably have seen the clips. This show is not funny. This show's supposed to be a comedy, but there's absolutely zero jokes that they release that actually makes you laugh. You'll be completely straight-faced. You wouldn't even do that weird exhale thing you do when you see something kind of funny. And this is just a normal cliche with just modern cartoons. I feel like this is said about every cartoon, that it's just not funny, and Velma just completely continues that stereotype. One joke that has been going around a lot is that when one of the characters end up confessing their love to Velma, she just ended up walking around and laughing at him saying like, huh, that's so funny that you'll like me. I know that's one clip going around, but that's basically every single joke. Another modern cliche that a lot of shows do, which this show does a lot of, is the reference humor, where obviously when they can't come up with a unique joke, they do to try this true, or let's just bring up a reference. Like a character's gonna say something, or is like, hey, this reminds me of when this scene happens in insert any TV show. That's very convenient. Or when a character is gonna do something, talk about it, usually it will be this type of person who's doing this in an action movie, but I'm not that type of person. Those kind of jokes. Look, you can make reference here and there once in a while. That's fine. But you shouldn't do it 24/7 all the time. And even the jokes they make when they're not doing a reference, they're not really that good either. Like one chase scene that they ended up having, two characters are running and it looks like they're gonna, it's aiming the windows. Looks like they're gonna jump out a window, but instead of that, they slam to the wall next to them. Those are the level of jokes that you're getting. Nothing is gonna make you laugh. And then also you have the characters. The characters in the show are just not great. Velma, the main character, is extremely annoying. She's just mean to absolutely everyone she goes to. So you watching her and you rooting for this character is something that you don't want to do because she's not enjoyable to watch. And I don't even care if you make a character mean. That's cool. At least make them funny, or at least have something that I can root for, even though they're a mean person. But Velma has nothing. You don't really care that much about her finding the truth about her mother and what happened. That's not really something you care about, so you're not attached to the character. So because of that, you're just watching this character that you don't enjoy being around do her thing. And they don't even have any side characters to save grace because most of them I really have nothing to say. Daphne is just generic mean girl. Fred became generic rich guy. And Norville, which I think is extremely weird that for everyone else they kept their name. They changed Shaggy to Norville, but they still gave him like his green shirt and his original attire, but they don't call him Shaggy, which I don't know why they do that. But Norville is another just completely boring characters. They're all flat. They're all one-note characters and they really have nothing that I could say about them because I don't really think they're interesting. They make cliche jokes about their stereotypes that they pick. That's basically it. That's the thing. I don't know how people are able to go on hours talking about how bad this show is because there's just not a lot to say. It's just a lame show. It's a show that I don't recommend to watch. It's just a lame show. Now, one question that is asked and said multiple times, but I think it's something that it should be say, is who are these shows for? Every time when I see any company do this, who are you targeted? Because Scooby-Doo fans are not going to like this. You're not going to show someone who likes the original 90 cartoons or even some of the modern Scooby-Doo stuff that they end up making. They're not going to see Velma and they're not going to like it. They're probably going to be pissed off that they did this to all the characters and what's going on. So they're not going to like it. Let's say people who like cartoons. They're not going to like this either because they're going to watch and they realize that none of the jokes are funny. They're not having a good time watching it. So they're not there for it. So who is this for? And also the show isn't going to be good enough to bring in a new audience. Like no one is going to be sitting there making like Velma Sims accounts or something and saying that this show's good. That's just not gonna happen. So when companies do something like this, you just make something that no one wants to watch. You just make this flat piece of media that does exist. A good example is the Halo TV show. That was another one of this where that show came out. It was absolutely terrible. Halo fans like it and sci-fi fans didn't like it. So it just existed. It's just a show that's just there. And that's probably what's gonna happen to Velma when it ends. They're probably not gonna give it a season 2. So the show's gonna end. I do have a theory about shows like Velma. A part of me feel like that these shows are artificially made to be bad. They make these shows so they can just get people mad. Like they artificially make it as bad as possible so they can get rage click off people. And you know there's tons of people who's gonna watch this weekly just to hate watch. And there's gonna be a ton of YouTubers who are gonna make 30 to 40 minute videos talking about why every single episode is bad frame by frame, which is just gonna make more people watch the show to see how bad it is. So I do wonder that do companies make shows like this on purpose to get that? But I could just be putting on a complete tinfoil hat, but we all become an internet detective once in a while. Anyway, this is just something that I want to talk about. My name is Lula. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. Do you think? I also have a Twitter, Lucha Stars. Don't forget to follow it. You have a good day or night. See ya.